One. Oh, yes! This episode of Quit Stalling is brought to you by Jinx.com. If you want to get 10% off of your entire shopping cart, use the promo code QUITSTALLING_366 to checkout. Save yourself 10% off of your entire shopping cart. If you like that Disney-esque Hearthstone cinematic and you wanted a shirt, head on over to Jinx.com. If you want to show your best friend that you'll gladly support the supersonic acrobatic rocket power battle car soccer addiction, head on over to Jinx.com. Head on over to Jinx.com, shop from a wide variety of gamer and geek swag. Use the promo code QUITSTALLING_366 at checkout, people. Alright. That's me. That is my real name. I am Herald Silvestre. I'm your host for today.
Yes, hello, Harold Plays. Is that your real name?
Oh, yes, it is my real name. Thank you so much. Before I get to that other voice in the room, or in my head, that you all can hear, I'd like to welcome everyone to the show that takes your memories, color codes them, and then stores them for you. It's the show that lets two men from an all-male species lay an egg. With me today, as he is for 8 previous shows. Is it your ninth consecutive show? Ninth consecutive show. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's Juancho Saldana. How you doing, Juancho?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yep, Juancho Saldana.
Dude.
That is actually my name, and my Twitter is also actually my name. So, there's that.
Good to know. Good to know. Got that cross-branding down. All right, guys. This is the Quit Stalling podcast, the only podcast. Well, it's not the only podcast, but it's the podcast that lets you geek out with us as you drive home from work, or if you cut work to listen to us. Thank you so much. Or if you're still in school, thank you for tuning in after school or in the middle of class.
Actually, I don't think there's class today. Is there?
Is there no class today?
I remember getting a little, one of those notices on my Facebook that class was suspended. It was raining pretty hard.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't get any of the rain. I was down south, so I didn't experience any of it.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Diego in the chat says traffic is a B on EDSA. He's probably on EDSA right now. Sorry to hear that, dude, but glad you're tuning in. Spend some time with your best friends over on the Quit Stalling podcast.
I'm sure by the time the show's done, you're home.
Oh, yeah.
And you won't even notice the traffic.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Time will fly by as you listen to me and Juancho. Francis in the chat has a little PSA for everyone who plays Hearthstone. He says, if you play today, you get 100 coins for Pirate Day, and it's all quick chat is piratey. Arr! That's awesome, dude. That's
Pirate
awesome.
Day. That's a thing,
dude. Pirate Day is a thing. I'm surprised you don't know about it.
Okay,
dude.
Really?
Right, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But as I do at the start of every show, Juancho, I do want to ask you, because we don't get to hang out as much as I'd like to off air. So I want to ask you, man, how's your week been since the last show?
I know we were supposed to hang out this weekend.
I know.
It's too bad, but yeah. I haven't really done much. I got to watch It, or was that last week? No, I got to watch It.
You hadn't watched It yet.
I watched it this last Thursday with a bunch of people.
How did you find it?
It was pretty good. I'm sorry, that's an understatement. It was pretty damn good. I enjoyed myself, and I invited a bunch of scaredy cats. I forced them to go. I'm like, you know what? I'm leaving soon. We have to see each other. You have to go watch It.
That's right.
And then we're 10 people in one line in the cinema.
10 people?
Yeah, you're 10 people in the cinema in one line. We took one row, and then just a bunch of people shouting from our line, and since one person shouts, the other person's gonna shout, stuff like that. It was fun. I still had a game night too, even though I over the weekend with Sin and Nick, I bought a new board
Nice.
game just for that.
Shout out to
and,
Nick Sansalis.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my week, and now I'm moving back to Pampanga, where I have fiber, so we will have no more problems.
You'll have better connections across the board, thankfully. Sorry, a quick shout out to Adrian. Sorry, I lost the chat because I was trying to reconnect.
What chat are you on exactly? Because I'm on the Facebook chat, just so.
I'm on the Restream chat. I should give you this app, dude, so you can see all the chats at the same time.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds.
Yeah, so a shout out to Adrian in the chat, in the Twitch chat, Adrian Latipi, or Latipi.
What is
asking, watch what? He watched it.
I watched it.
It, as Chris Jericho would say.
It's like I want to. But go ahead. I want to share something while we were watching.
No, go
the
for
movie,
it, dude. Go for it.
So I was watching it with I was watching it with my with Ira, right?
Okay.
And he does not watch any horror movies, and she doesn't know anything about this movie. And then she goes all like, you know the scene with Georgie. Everyone knows Georgie, the one who gets pulled down the drain. That's like
yeah.
Right?
So that's his name.
The little kid who dies, basically. At
Spoiler
the very start.
alert!
No, it's not even. It's like in the trailer, and it's the start of the movie,
wrong soundbite.
and it's like well known.
Yeah.
So like Georgie's all cute at the start of the movie, and Ira goes up to me, he's like, "Oh, Aiden." So and I'm like, "Oh, baby."
No.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'd like put my arm around her and go like defense mode activated. Just prepare yourself.
You silly fool.
And then when the scene happens, it's so gruesome, and she's like, "What? Really? No!
Holy spoiler alert!"
Oh, I'm so sorry. But no, come on.
It's cool.
It's like I always thought it was common knowledge, like by now.
I thought he. No, see, that's the thing. I thought he was like the Ripley of the It universe. I thought he was the one that got away.
Oh, really? Oh, I am.
That's
so
what
sorry.
I thought.
It's like so many memes and stuff about that, like the little kid.
See, thank you, Adrian, in the Twitch chat, saying it was definitely a spoiler. Come on, Juancho. Come on.
I am so sorry. But I just wanted to share funny. It happens in like the first 5 minutes of the movie. I am so sorry.
Even a bigger.
Holy spoiler alert!
What? Okay. All right. Anyway, let's. I'll stop talking now. And how was your week, Harold?
Oh, dude, you are so awesome. So, over the weekend, I got to spend some time with my girlfriend. You know, she lives a little bit further south than you and I. She's currently you. She's like 30-40 minutes down south. So I got to spend the weekend with her. And aside from that, since we had this show, I had Game Bite, which is on Wednesdays every 9:30 p.m. on Quetzalcoatl, and I got to start doing Herald Plays, which is my Twitch stream. So I got to play World of Warcraft for about 5 hours. My friend JD stopped by to keep me company while I was streaming, and I'm gonna do it more often now. That's why you saw that little intro thing. I got to work on that, and a bit of I got to work on my Twitch layout over the weekend as well. So it was pretty awesome. Adrian in the chat is just slaying me. Adrian says, "I wanted to see it, but now why bother?" In all honesty, Juancho, come on, man, you gotta give some warning. Adrian could have like muted for a minute.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. No, dude, it's like that's like the first 5 minutes. It's a great movie. I always thought that was like a horror staple. Like you just know that's supposed to happen.
Just like the African Americans, or as Jay would call them, the basketball Americans would be the first ones to die, right? Like
Stuff like that.
Jay, man, I swear to God, if you're still listening, dude, we wish you were here. Wish you were here, Jay. If we had a Twitch chat, I could actually tell them, "Oh, guys, come on, give us a hashtag wish you were here for Jay," and like it'd start getting flooded. So, so I got to work on that. Played a lot of World of Warcraft over the weekend. Played some Overwatch, and I couldn't play PUBG with my girlfriend because her internet was messing up. Wouldn't let us connect to the PUBG servers.
Was that this week when I got to play with your girlfriend actually? Like you had
that was the weekend.
Played, and then there was no chat, and then you're like, "Oh, sometimes Tracy's gonna play, sometimes it's gonna be me."
Yeah, because I was at her place. I brought my whole, I brought my entire rig, both monitors. I brought it over there, so that's why. That's pretty much why. So it was awesome. It was a pretty good week for me. I wish I got more work done, but like aside from that, like it was a pretty good week. Man, chat, let us know what you've been up to in the past week since the last show.
Hopefully you've watched it already.
Yeah, hopefully you've watched.
Have you? By the you haven't yet, huh?
I have not watched it.
You should.
Yeah, definitely should. Optimus Glines or Optimus G Lines in the Twitch chat says, "Wish you were here, Jay." Thank you, man. Thank you so much. I love having chat. And Adrian says, "Juancho sounds like a Mexican name. Where are you from?"
From Mexico. No, I'm from Angeles City in Pampanga. Born and raised
we're
there.
both from the Philippines.
But it's fun fact though, it's like right next to Mexico, Pampanga. It's like really close.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we're Mexico, Pampanga. We're both from the Philippines. So do not be fooled by these Caucasian faces. We are from the Philippines.
He called me Mexican, buddy. I'm not Caucasian.
Oh, why is that an insult, dude? Damn,
I'm just saying. No, he called me. I'm correcting you.
Oh, and Adrian says greetings from Mexico. Dude, oh, come on, Juancho. We just lost Adrian. Adrian, don't leave. Don't leave yet. We have a great show. We have a great show for you. So
is he in actual Mexico? Or are you in Mexico, Pampanga too?
I'm pretty sure this is actual Mexico. Oh man. Adrian, yeah, give him hell, Adrian. Give him hell. All right, so let's do this. Let's get to the news, man. Or did we want to say anything else?
No, I think that's good. That was a really long intro, actually.
Yeah, man, that's how we do. People want to know what we're up to, you know? That's because we're us. No, all right, let's do it. Oh.
Yes. I see. Good news, everyone.
That's right. It's the news, and it's brought to you by it. Streaming live in theaters right now. Not live, but playing in theaters right now. It's going gangbusters. All right. Oh, and Adrian says he's from Mexico. She. Adrian, let me know. Is from Mexico City, Mexico. Hope you're doing good over there, man.
Oh, dang. Oh, what's up, man? I've actually been to Mexico City, Mexico.
Oh, have you?
Yeah. Just
awesome. You're not allowed back, apparently. After recent comments.
I had a cruise there, so it was really nice.
Oh, you had a cruise. Oh, fancy. Mr. Fancy Pants
went.
over here having
it's
a cruise.
It was fun. But yeah. Anyway, so the news. Awesome. We're done with the whole about us section of the show, you know?
This whole show is about us. Let's be honest. The news is like 10%, and the rest of the time it's just about us. So we got some news, man. We got some news in the Star Wars front. Wait, I actually have that on the soundboard somewhere. No spoilers, Adrian,
right,
unless you're unless you consider people getting fired a spoiler. What was that, Juancho? Sorry, I cut you off.
Nothing. I was saying you should just tell me.
I'm so sorry. All right, so we got some news, man. If you guys don't know who this man is, for those watching the video feed, this is Colin Trevorrow. I don't think he's British, but yeah, this is Colin Trevorrow. You may know him from such films as Jurassic World and that one indie film he did before he did Jurassic World. So this man was handpicked by Steven Spielberg to succeed him on Jurassic World, on the Jurassic franchise.
Oh, okay.
So here's the thing. He was tapped to do the episode 9 of Star Wars. The episode. He's tapped to do episode 9 of Star Wars. And he was supposed to direct it. We had J.J. Abrams for 7. We have what's his name? I'm blanking. I've been working on this all day now. I'm blanking. Who's doing episode 8? Oh, fudge.
Episode 8 is the Breaking Bad guy, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Come on, internet.
I'm gonna load it. Shoot. Some geek cast we are, man.
I know.
Shoot, sorry. Ryan Johnson, for the love of God, man. Ryan Johnson.
To be fair, like I'm terrible when it comes to director names, like real people names. It's like way easier for me to like remember fantasy names like Maz Kanata, stuff like that.
Ando Baba. All right. So Oh my gosh. Colin Trevorrow was supposed to be doing episode 9 until he got the axe recently. In the same vein as Phil Lord and Chris Miller from the Han Solo movie were removed. So I think we talked about this on a previous episode. They were replaced by Ron Howard, most known for Happy Days, I guess. Not really. But the thing is, Phil Lord and Chris Miller were replaced because Lawrence Kasdan, one of the biggest names in Star Wars writing, because he did a bunch of the scripts, including Empire, and Kathleen Kennedy, the person who succeeded George Lucas as head of Lucasfilm, they weren't happy with Phil Lord and Chris Miller, because apparently what Phil Lord and Chris Miller love to do. Let me get a shot of them up on the screen right now. What they love to do is they love to have the scene unfold. So they let the actors do their thing. If they want to improv a little bit, they just let it happen and then take multiple takes. And apparently, that wasn't something a fan of the Star Wars veterans they weren't a fan of. So that, among other creative differences, led to their firing. And
this is the Han Solo movie, right?
Yeah, this is for the Han Solo movie.
Yeah. I heard they made Han Solo too funny, or too.
Oh.
Because they did make the Lego movie and all that. So he's probably too funny and spontaneous. Other than he's more of a rebellious. That's how I would.
Yeah.
That's how I'd coin Han Solo. Not funny.
Less,
I mean, he is funny. He has his quips, but he's rebellious. He's the bad boy of the Star Wars franchise.
Exactly. All right. Oh my gosh.
So maybe it wasn't. See, I told you, man. When you bump the table, your mic's gonna go off.
No, I gotta put it back up. All right, so
hands in the air, man. Hands in the air.
Hands in the air. All right, so back to Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah, back to Colin Trevorrow. So he got the axe last week. I've actually been meaning to talk about this. So he got the axe, and supposedly, according to an anonymous source, this is from Vulture.com. According to an anonymous source who's worked closely with him and refuses to give his name because of current business commitments that he doesn't wish to have go kaplooey. This is a quote. During the making of Jurassic World, he focused a great deal of his creative energies on asserting his opinion. But because he'd been personally hired by Spielberg, no one could say you're fired. Once that film went through the roof and he chose to do Henry, Trevorrow was unbearable. He had an egotistical point of view, and he was always asserting that. So it sounds like, based on this one person's point of view, he got too big for his britches because he hit the big time. He finally hit the big time.
Oh, I guess so. Okay.
Yeah. So this is from an anonymous source, and the thing is, it feels a little weird, because I mean, when you're a new director, especially like Colin Trevorrow coming from an indie film all the way up to Jurassic Park out of nowhere, Jurassic World, sorry. And Kevin Smith and Mark Bernardin talked about this on their podcast as well. When you come up from out of nowhere like that, you kind of want to assert your authority on certain people, which was kind of exemplified in what we're going to talk about later, the Orville's second episode. So when you're a new captain at the helm, I could think of a lot of similarities, a lot of similes and metaphors for this. But when you're a new captain on the helm, I only watched the first episode,
by the way.
Oh, that's fine. If you're a new captain on the helm, you kind of want to, set expectations right off the bat, and I'm kind of assuming that's how it started for Trevorrow. This is all speculation. So, what this leads me into is, Kathleen Kennedy gave him the axe, and this isn't the first time she's done it. She's kind of Order 66ing a lot of these guys now. Two sets of directors is no small feat in the span of a month. So the thing is, was it because of creative differences? Was it because of he wasn't following the vision? Because he's coming into this as a director, and it's not a property that he made. It's someone else's property that he's been tasked to take upon. So it's really weird. It's really weird that
it's I can imagine, man. It's gonna be tough to do the next few Star Warses. Mm-hmm. Star Wars. That sounded weird. The next few Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like episode 7, JJ just played it safe, and now for episode 8 and 9, they can't do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So it's hard. And my next question is, Kathy Kennedy again succeeded George Lucas as the head of Lucas. Is she trying to protect Disney's property, or is she trying to protect George's vision, or what are her interests here in letting all these guys go? Because the thing is, Kathy Kennedy again, no small person. She's been with the production of Lucasfilms for a long time, and she knows her stuff. The thing is, I don't know whose side she's on at this point, because George Lucas submitted screen treatments meaning rough drafts and the overview of how he saw episode 7, 8, 9 playing out, and Disney scrapped it.
Oh.
So that's the thing, like, and she didn't speak up about that. So I'm wondering, like, is she protecting Disney's interests? Is she protecting the story, Star Wars in itself, and George's vision? Like, I don't know. Like, this is making me a little worried for the future, but at the same time, also oddly makes me feel safe, because it feels like the Marvel franchises. Like, I know that there's a unified vision that isn't going to be twisted by someone who just came in to do one movie.
Yeah.
So it's weird for me. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
Honestly, I really don't know. Like, I don't know what to expect from all the trouble. I just know that I feel like the next movie is still going to be good. Like,
yeah.
Director trouble, yeah, but at least I really don't know. At least they're not giving this guy free reign, something like that.
Yeah. He's not gonna hopefully not divulge too much, or whatever director comes on board isn't gonna twist the Star Wars universe in their own image that doesn't line up to how at least Catholic.
Yeah, but actually, now that I think about it, then again, that might not be a good thing. Maybe they need free reign, because I don't know where it should be, where the balance should be. Like, when I think about what happened to the Lego movie people, I was like, oh yeah, maybe they weren't a good fit for the whole Star Wars franchise to do the Han Solo movie. Yeah. Because I feel like the Lego movie people, they could go like all wacky, like they'd go all out. I feel like they're that kind of people.
Yeah, Chewie, no, that is not the remote. It is mine.
Yeah. Something like that. Like they put random jokes for Han and Chewie, and these are like beloved characters.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't know. It's tough. Like whatever. Like, just touching the Star Wars movies is tough.
Oh my. Yeah. I get you. I definitely get you. And as Adrian in the chat says, spoiler alert. J.J. Abrams has been tasked to replace Colin Trevorrow for Episode 9. So, I mean. How did you find The Force Awakens? Because I honestly enjoyed it. Adrian in the chat says JJ played it too safe. Episode 7 isn't great. For me, it was awesome, because not because the script was the best, but because there was so much nostalgia rushing through me. And I waited how long? Like 20 years to get a new Star Wars movie. I was how old when the special editions came out? Like, I waited this long.
It's like when the first time you watch it, it's amazing. It's like, oh my god, it feels so like Star Wars. Then you go like, it feels too much like Star Wars. This is Episode 4. And the thing is, I couldn't rewatch it, because I'd be like, I'd rather just watch Episode 4.
Okay.
So I feel like it was that kind of movie. It was amazing to watch the first time in the cinema and all that. But it's like rewatching it, you're just like, you just keep thinking, oh, this is that. You're just gonna keep comparing it then after that.
Yeah.
But this time it's amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. And that's the hard thing about a franchise that's run for this long. You're always gonna compare one movie to another. Later movies to earlier movies, more successful ones to less successful ones. So it's really hard. I think the only way we can find out if this is gonna be a good direction is if we get the next two films and see.
No, yeah, I want to see like what they do. Like,
exactly.
They have to change it up. It has to be out there, but not too different. Like, not lose the essence of what Star Wars is. Like, I don't want tax routes and stuff like that in my Star Wars. I want more Star Wars.
Yeah, I definitely get you. And I think everyone could agree, as long as they don't mess it up too bad. you can play it safe and bring the nostalgia back. Great. Take risks. Don't take too many, because there are expectations for these films, and that's where it gets tough. You know, that's where it gets a little. How much leeway do we give ourselves when we make these films? You know, so the best of luck to JJ when he takes the helm, and I'm looking forward to episode 8 and during Christmas. Last Jedi. Oh, and Adrian in the chat says maybe they can get an even bigger Death Star explosion in episode 8. Who knows, man? Who knows? We got a planet-sized one. We got a moon-sized one. Oh, 2 moon-sized ones, and then a planet-sized one. Let's see what they do next. We can get. I know, right? Oh man. Come on, JJ. Up your game. Oh
no, that'll be episode 9. That'll be episode 9.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll be like 2 planet-sized ones. All right. But
it'd be 3 planet-sized ones. You know, like 2 in the top and 1 in the middle, making like like little find the hidden Mickey.
Oh my gosh. All right. Let's move on, guys. What else do we have to talk about today? Oh man. Speaking of Francis in the chat, Ed Skrein, man. Ed Skrein. Francis, I loved you in Deadpool, by the way. Ed Skrein.
Yeah.
The guy who played Ajax in the Deadpool movie, and you guys might know him as Ajax or as Dario Naharis, for those of you who are just like wondering where you might have seen him. Again, he played Francis.
Oh, you're right. I didn't notice that Francis was Dario.
Yeah, that hair, man. That hair really messes you up. Like,
yeah.
It's confusing.
Yeah, because he's bald in the other one. Huh.
Yeah, he's bald as heck. He's actually a dashing man.
I see it now.
Yeah.
Dang, okay.
Very dashing man, Francis is. Ed Skrein. Let's not get into this again. Was tasked. Was casted as Ben Daimyo in the Hellboy film, the upcoming Hellboy reboot, or I'm pretty sure it's a reboot. It was originally titled Hellboy: The Blood Queen, I think, and then now they're just gonna call it Hellboy again.
That definitely is a reboot.
Yeah, it's not, I'm guessing it's definitely a reboot at this point. Francis leaves oh my gosh, I keep saying Francis leaves Hellboy. After learning that his character's origin is Asian. He's supposed to be Ajax. His character is supposed to be Asian. And Adrian in the chat says, spoiler alert, he turned down the role. So he was originally cast. And then after much fan backlash and after his own research, I'm assuming, he decided to step down from the role. And here's a statement. Last week it was announced. You know what? I'll just paraphrase because it's 4 paragraphs. He's saying that he would have loved to be playing Ben Daimyo. There was a lot of intense conversation about the race and all that. It's clear that representing the character in a culturally accurate way holds significance for people, and to neglect it is to neglect the responsibility would continue a worrying tendency to obscure ethnic minority stories and voices in the arts. Dude, you don't get a lot of actors who stand up for stuff like that. ScarJo. Who else? Frigging, was it Emma? No, not Emma Watson. Frigging, what's her name? I think it was the girl who played Gwen Stacy. Played like an Asian girl in a recent movie. Like what?
Really?
Yeah. I'm blanking again. Emma Stone. Thank you, Adrian. Gosh, dang, you were the best. Thank you so much. And Adrian says he's gonna spoil all the news as revenge to you, Juancho.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
You're the best, Adrian. All right, so yeah, he's saying ethnic diversity is important, and Hollywood has a tendency to not pay attention to it, and it's not the worst. I'm pretty sure the people who are doing this don't have the worst intentions in mind. It's just they tend to pick white people, and it's not a good thing in the long term. And it's great to see guys like Ed Skrein take up the mantle and say, you know what, I'm not going to stand for this, and I'm going to step down. And this probably would have been a lot of money for him. And to just
dude. I wonder how hard it is to like turn down superhero movie roles. Yeah,
at this point,
it's like instant.
At this date and time.
Yeah, it's like instant fame if you get picked for a superhero movie role. It's like, damn.
it's pretty much guaranteed box office money. I mean, even Justice League is. I mean, okay. Even Batman v Superman got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like, even X-Men. God, just stop the X-Men films, guys. Just stop it. Stop it. Yeah. So he's turned down the role on Hellboy, and he's gonna be replaced by Daniel Day Kim, who had a really good statement that you guys should check out online because I don't want to run too long on this. If he looks familiar to you, he's played a lot of Asian roles. See, he's played a lot of Asian roles.
Now who's racist?
It's not racism. I'm just saying, like, if he looks really familiar because he's been in a lot of roles. Like, if you look at his wiki and his IMDb page, he plays like a lot of people of Asian.
Like who?
Background.
Who does he play?
Oh man, like he's been on Seinfeld. He's been on a lot of shows, man. I don't want to. All right, so yeah, Adrian in the chat says you didn't like Batman v Superman, or why did you say even BVS? I'm saying even a film as divisive as Batman versus Superman made a lot.
Spoiler warning: I did not like Batman versus Superman.
Boom!
No, just
Strike 2 on Adrian. All right, so you're entitled to your opinion, Juancho. Everyone is. Don't worry. We do not judge here on the Quitslong Geekcast. So Adrian, let us know what you thought of Batman vs Superman. All right, so yeah, man. Here's the thing. Let's see. Daniel Day Kim, man. So he's replacing the guy. He had nothing but good words for Ed Skrein, and I think this is a good step in Hollywood. Hopefully, we stop getting recasts that don't make sense. You know, especially with characters that have very, very strong motivations based on their ethnic background. You know, for characters. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, you pretty much hit it. Yeah, that's all. That's all I was thinking.
Oh,
good on. Good at Ed, the Skrein guy. What's his name again?
Ed Skrein.
Ed Skrein, right? Francis. Yeah, good on him, man.
Francis Freeman. All right. Before we move on, Adrian says in the chat, I liked it. I went to the world premiere, so I didn't hear it was bad before I watched it. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good, man. Don't let anyone else taint your opinion, man. All right, enjoy it. Because if you like the movie, who cares what other?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Think, right.
I know. I mean, I enjoyed Death Note, and even though a lot of people didn't like it, I was like, oh man, I love the movie. Or I may be just weird and not like good movies and love bad movies.
No, man. There's a reason why people say personal preference. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on, guys. A little bit of world news. The iPhone 8 and the iPhone X came out last week. Juancho, take it away, man. Take it away.
No, yeah. I like that we're talking about the iPhone because last week we talked about that juicer.
Yeah,
we're getting into tech now. You know, we're getting into tech now.
we're geeky. We're geeky in many forms.
Yeah. So the iPhone 10 and the iPhone 8 came out. If you're wondering why there's no iPhone 9, apparently it's bad luck. 9 is bad luck.
Is 9 bad luck?
I don't know. I guess that's why there's no Windows 9 either.
No, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm pretty sure they went to 10 for the iPhone at least because it's been 10 years since the first iPhone. That's what they marketed as. So.
Oh well, what I've heard it was bad luck.
Might be both. Yeah, it might be a little bit of
maybe.
both. Yeah.
But yeah,
So
the iPhone, like the iPhone 10 is $1,000, and but the thing is, I guess the biggest new feature with the iPhone 10 is the facial recognition and there's no bezel, right?
Yeah, that's right.
What else is there? It's so in the front it's made of glass and the back is made of glass. So now you get to break it twice. I don't know. You get wireless charging, but honestly, like these, everything I'm saying is like there's nothing really new with the iPhone 10. Like no new tech really. And
yeah. No, I mean
I don't know.
We got new tech. You know, we got the Ultra Retina, whatever they're calling it, Hyper Retina, whatever they're calling it.
It's just better resolution. You know, you're always gonna have better resolution.
4K in the size of a phone. Who freaking needs 4K for I mean, I get that you can shoot 4K. That makes sense. Because content creators now, they want to shoot for YouTube, and people are starting to advance past 1080p, except for me because God, I love 1080p. But you know, like when you when you have a phone that has 4K resolution, what's the point? What's the point?
Yeah, you could like. I guess it's for if you have 4K resolution, it's the what do you call that when you put it in your face? The VR, the VRness. It's probably like really nice because the only way you're gonna notice 4K is if you're looking at your phone really really close, which is cardboard VR, which is cardboard VR nowadays. I like it. 4K, yeah, that could work.
Yeah.
I think
speaking
it's
of
important.
cardboard VR, they're also doing AR now with the new iPhones, which is again another new technology. But like with the phone, like with the face recognition, I doubt it's gonna work flawlessly with this first model. I swear to God.
I mean,
it's.
Oh my God! It's like did you know that the stock price for Apple actually went down after their presentation?
Yes. The second this guy, what's his name, lifted the phone to his face and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. Oh my God!
The stock prices
you just
dropped.
know you're in trouble. And you don't have the home button anymore.
Yeah, and then he got a spare phone from someone in the back, and then it supposedly worked, but for all we know, it was just that whole lift to unlock feature that every iPhone has nowadays.
Is that
like,
really? That's not a thing. Lift to unlock?
Yeah. Lift to wake and lift to unlock is a thing now.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, and then it got to a point where he had to swipe up, didn't he? Like, I remember seeing that. So it's like, come on. Are we...
Yeah, it was a... It's just not... It's like, have you ever seen Apple mess up one of their presentations, man? It worries me, and I used to be a huge Apple fanboy, man. I'm wearing the watch. I have the phone. I used to have a Mac.
Oh, really?
But I'm slowly moving out of the Apple environment, actually. Just
wow. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still love Apple, regardless of their foolish ideas, like taking away the headphone jack when 99% of the world still uses headphone jacks. And it's stuff like this that it does make you worry. But the thing is, it's still the convenience of the fact that, okay, I know I'm not going to get ads that pop up on my home screen when I open an iPhone. I know I know that I can download an app without worrying that I'm accidentally going to get charged because I didn't authorize a payment. And the UI is clean. It's all the convenience.
I love iOS, honestly. It's like... I used to be like a super power user. Like I had this Android phone, and I'd boot it and all like that, and like when I boot it up, it's gonna play like Naruto music because I was so into Naruto or something like that. Boot it up, and then like the spiral of Naruto would come out and stuff like that, and play Naruto music. Then awesome. I'd have like a specified home screen, my lock screen. I used to be that kind of user, like just had to mess with everything in my phone. Then it just came to a point where it's like it started stressing me out. Like, man, I have to start doing like whenever I download something new, I have to put it in like a specific order, stuff like that. I'm like, man, you know what? I now just want a simple phone and just have like the UI just work for me instead of me having to work on the UI. And then that's when I got my first iPhone, and since then I was like when you get into the environment, I feel like it's so hard to get out. Like now, most of my pictures are in iCloud. Like all my data, all my documents are in the iCloud too. So,
Oh yeah, man.
I love the UI. It's just I don't like where the phone is going actually.
Yeah, and I totally understand. And the thing is, the hardware is where they're trying to innovate, and that's the hardest place to innovate. Like when everyone's still worried about battery life, that's really where you gotta step up. And it's hard because we went from 0 to 60 when it came to technology for mobile phones, but then batteries are still stuck at 20 kilometers.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's always going to be tough. So
I think the power source should be like the hardest thing to make, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the hardest thing to innovate. I mean, that's why Iron Man's a thing. It's so easy to make the suit, but then how do you power the suit? You need the thing, man. You need what's his chest piece called again?
The arc reactor.
The arc reactor. You need that. anyone can make a suit. It's the battery that's important.
Exactly. Yeah. Adrian in the chat says, in the Galaxy S6, it's 2K resolution, and you can still see the pixels on the screen on VR. See, like...
Oh, see, maybe in 4K, you won't see the pixels on the screen anymore.
Nah.
So don't diss the 4K. The 4K is actually what I like. It's the no home button facial recognition. And $1,000 is something I want to pass on.
It's ridiculous, man. I could get a streaming PC to go next to next to this PC, so I don't have to worry about RAM anymore. Like, come on, that's a lot of money. And the argument is, the argument is you could pay for it. Most people would actually pay for it over time, or in America they'd have plans that lets them replace it the second another model comes out. But the thing is, it's still a ridiculous amount of money. And whether you pay for it over time or you pay for it all in one go, it's a lot of money.
And when you think about it, it's like, is the investment really worth it when next year there's going to be another super phone?
Yeah.
That's why I used to think that, I'm going to buy this phone and it's going to be my phone for life. And then it turned out I'm going to get a new one like in 2 years when I have to resubscribe my plan.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. Like, people like us, we have plans that renew, and, we can't keep up. Francis in the chat, real quick, says, sidebar, says, I, on the other hand, just got into the Mac world because he's using a Mac to use Xcode, to code in Xcode. Am I saying that right? Because he's developing a lot on the iOS platform.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then back to our point, Adrian says he's still paying for his S8.
I guess price isn't a problem just in Apple then. Huh.
Yeah, that's true. No, but that's the thing though. Like, if he's still paying, she is still paying for the S8. Like, imagine if you pay like $1,000 for one phone, man. It's ridiculous.
It looks pretty though. I won't lie. It looks pretty. Hell.
I mean, that's the thing as well. Is that Apple? People may knock the fact that they're lacking innovation in design, but come on, you got innovation in design with a Nokia, and you got sick of it like after 4 years. Like, enough with the different kinds of phones. I want the one phone. Let me change what's inside it. Like, okay,
dude, you could buy like 2 Juiceros with the price of one iPhone. I'm just saying, you could have 2 Juiceros. That's how pricey that thing is.
Watch last week's episode if you don't know what we're talking about. Francis in the chat also says that's because batteries now are proportional to the power output, but the tech is still moving slowly in battery research. And he wanted to take an elective on that in college. Dude, yeah, so, again, someone fixed the battery problem. Elon Musk, man, I'm looking at you. Someone fixed the battery problem, and we'll get to it. Oh, and Adrian says he's a he. Awesome. At least you're not an it! Although nothing wrong with being an it.
Let's not bring up it, because you're reminding him that I spoiled him.
Oh, man. Sorry, Juancho. I'm sorry. All right. Do we have anything else to talk about before we move on to our final part of the show?
No, I think that's it. Yeah. We could move on to episode recap now.
Awesome. I've been waiting for this. I don't have a clip for the first thing, so we'll move that to the second thing. Oh, no. Actually, you know what? I'll just play the clip first. I'll play the audio first. Here we go.
Holy spoiler alert!
All right. It's time for episode recap. All right, let's get.
I thought you were gonna change it too. I thought it wasn't gonna be Game of Thrones anymore.
I know. I forgot. I'll do that next time. All right. Whatever shows we're reviewing, that's what I'll change it to. All right. So, guys, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with Rick and Morty, but again, since this is a 1 hour show, we're gonna have to condense it. Actually, no. Since we don't talk about Game of Thrones anymore, we could actually go a little long on this. All right, Juancho, man, thoughts on the Ricketh and the Mortieth?
I thought it was a great show, great episode. I mean, like, there's honestly no bad episode of Rick and Morty. It's just, I think I would have preferred interdimensional cable over this. Yeah. I mean, like,
I love this.
There was a lot of, like, yeah, it was like It was good. It was good. There were a lot of scenes where it shocked me. It shocked me like
a hurricane.
that one scene where they were in the menagerie. That shocked me.
Menagerie.
The zoo.
Okay, dude, you're gonna love this week's episode of The Orville, by the way, if that shocked you. But yeah, go on.
But yeah, so that shocked me. Like the zoo part, I thought that was the right amount of dark that I expect from Rick and Morty. That I'm thinking that there's the one scientist lady and the BA guy are still there in the zoo right now, and it's that's dark.
Yeah,
that's dark. But the rest of the stuff I honestly saw coming.
Yeah.
When Morty was torturing the guy, I was like, oh, that's not really torture, and it's not really torture. And when the one guy wanted to die so he could go to heaven.
Oh yeah.
I saw that coming too. I felt like since it's called Marty's Mind Blowers, right? And he has it removed because. Morty. Morty's Mind Blowers. So he has to have it removed because these are bad things that happen to him. I just always expect every scene something bad is going to happen to Morty, so I already expect something. But when you have interdimensional cable, dude, you don't know what's going to happen. They have like free reign. You have the two brothers and the cats and the old ladies side fight, stuff like that. I'm like, we didn't really get something like that, you know. We had just bad stuff happen to Morty, which happens every episode. You know, it's just this time it's a lot of bad stuff happening.
It's on a whole nother level this time. So it was pretty crazy this season. This season.
But
this
you liked
episode.
it. You liked it. So what did you like about it?
It was good. Again, the flashbacks were great. You know, it's a stereotypical, not stereotypical. It's a typical Dan Harmon thing to do, where you get flashbacks to things that were never shown on the show. And
dude, sorry, sorry, I thought of something. I'll let you finish.
No, go for it.
The Rick and Morty conspiracy people are gonna have a field day with this episode, though.
Yeah.
So like. The squirrels thing, that was hilarious, but we find out we actually moved dimensions because of the squirrel thing.
Let's do this. All right, so turns out the squirrels are manipulating the entire human race with events that happen. Anything you notice happening in the real world is one way or another tied to a squirrel's plot. Yeah. To what likely world domination, we won't know. We might never know on the show, but dude, man, that was awesome. That was pretty awesome.
Dude, it's like there's another thing. There's another scene where Rick is there for Morty's 13th birthday, and then in one of the episodes, you find out that Morty has met his grandfather on his 14th. So there's that thing. So conspiracy theory people are gonna have a field day with this episode. They're gonna try to notice every single thing. I like that.
You know
Mr.
that's on purpose,
Butthole
though.
Is here too. No, yeah.
You know that's on purpose.
I know. Trust me. I know that the creators are deep. They're going in deep with this.
Yeah,
like they always
do. Yeah. So you talked about Mr. Poopy Butthole. He had that little engagement scene with Morty, which was out of left field. But holy crap! What the hell is going on? Like. I want to know more for some reason. I want to know how that happened. Like last we saw Poopy Butthole, he was still in rehab for his gunshot wounds.
Yeah, and we don't know if that scene happened before or after, you know, the gunshot wound. What also got me was the fact that Summer just treated it as like another normal scenario when she found out, and she was just like, "Oh, no, Summer felt really smart in this episode."
Yeah. Like,
I'm really smart.
I have so much more respect for all of them after this episode because there's just so much that they apparently have gone through subtextually, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Beth, I lost a little bit of respect for because, god damn it, Beth, why would you choose a child?
Oh no, that was messed up.
That was effed up. That was super effed up. I thought you
expect that to happen because it's called. Morty's Mind Blowers, since a bad thing is supposed to happen to Morty, and I mean, Rick wouldn't have removed it if she picked Beth. So you just
Yeah.
expect it to happen.
Yeah.
If she picked
what made me
Summer, I'm
wonder-
sorry. If she picked Summer.
Yeah. What made me wonder was why did... Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was wondering why they removed the scene... removes the memory of the E.T. thing, but of course it was because it was horrific. When they found the E.T. cooked in Jerry's car.
Speaking of E.T., there's like a hell of a lot of references in this episode.
Oh,
if
yeah.
the first part where they're running away from the Sandman guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're running away from the guy who looks like Sandman from Neil Gaiman's books, while Morty is holding the memory turtle.
Yeah, the tortoise.
The turtle. But yeah, that's a reference. Maybe a reference to it.
Oh, is it a reference to it?
Yeah, but I can't say because it might be spoiler.
I mean, we're at the part of the show where we can spoil stuff. You might as... Adrian, earmuffs. Adrian.
It's like a super deep reference, if it is even a reference.
Okay,
Because,
this is the truth tortoise we're talking about, right?
Yeah, the truth tortoise. Because in the It series, in the It book, there's a god. God is a turtle in the It book.
What?
God is a turtle. Yeah. If it goes really deep. The turtle's name is Maturin.
Okay.
And then the It movie just came out. But in the It movie, it's not included at all. Like the God turtle is not there at all.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, because it's ridiculous. So if
Hey,
this
man,
was a reference
Stephen
to
King's
something
universe
in It, which It itself didn't even put in the movie, that's a really deep reference. But I just had to say something about it.
I wouldn't put it past them.
And I think where they're running around, it might be. I think it has something to do with the Dark Tower series. I'm not sure though.
Okay.
So it's the Dark Tower thing with Neil Gaiman Sandman with the God Turtle.
Oh wow. Okay.
Other Easter egg is that this is the return of the Meeseeks. The Meeseeks are in this episode.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're triumphant.
They're one of the zoo thingies. they're in the collection, as well as the Gazorp-Azorps. They're one of the things too.
Oh, Adrian in the chat says, make a sign when you're done spoiling it. All right, I'm gonna make an I and a T, an I-T. Oh my gosh! All right, dude, Adrian, you are awesome, man. Well, I really hope you're enjoying your stay and you're not just here because you're mad at Juancho.
He's like just waiting for me to mess up.
I know, right? All right. So yeah, a whole lot of stuff happened on this episode. Favorite moment for you?
I love the squirrel stuff. I loved it. You're right. That is probably my favorite part, just because of how Rick is so scared of the squirrels. This is the guy who took down the government, the universal government, and the government of Rick's together, and he's scared of the squirrel people, or the squirrel government. That says something. I want to know more about them squirrels.
Yeah. And I would love to see more memories like this, because you could tell after stepping back that it's pretty much a clip show of the ideas that they can never turn into an entire episode.
That's true.
So it was pretty awesome. I hope we get more of these, because it's freaking awesome.
I'd rather these be like commercials or little shorts than an actual episode, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I really wanted interdimensional cable.
I mean, it can't be all interdimensional.
Yeah, I guess. It's just, man, did you see the House Hunter thing? I would have loved to watch that.
I mean, interdimensional cable could still happen this season. You never know, right? You never know.
True. Yeah, season's not done yet.
I love interdimensional cable as well. All right, what was the thing the Plumbus? I love the Plumbus. All right, Adrian in the chat says, did you get the contact reference? I think that's when he said, I'm a he. So I did not get it, but I will definitely check that out now. Yeah. Now we can check it out. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
Thanks for pointing it out.
Yeah. All right. Oh man, I didn't notice, but you and I are kind of matching today. Matchy. Yeah,
both wearing black.
Yeah, it's like we always. This is like the second show in a row that we've matched. Oh,
or maybe we talk about it off screen.
Oh,
you're trying to fool our viewers.
Oh yeah, that's true. Adrian says now he's talking about the contact reference in Rick and Morty. No, tell us about it.
Yeah,
We'll read it out loud when you've typed it up. But we're going to transition real slow over to the Orville. So, hold on real quick. Let me go over to this. So I could bring up I could elegantly bring up the Orville's trailer as we're talking about it. All right, so the Orville, man. Juancho, you and I watched this. We were supposed to talk about it last week, but you hadn't seen it yet. What are your
I'm
thoughts
always
on
an
the
episode
Orville?
behind. This time I didn't watch the second episode. I only watched the first because I'm not sure when it actually comes out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I got thrown off as well. But I think it's on Sundays here in the country.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the Orville, man, I want to get your initial thoughts before I dive a bit into it as well.
I liked it. I mean, it's like I liked it, but I didn't expect it to be like that. I was expecting it to be a little bit crazier, but I still liked it. I like that the world building is on point, in my opinion, and but I honestly just expected it to be a lot crazier. It feels like what's his name? What's the name of the guy who made Family Guy? What? Seth MacFarlane. It feels like it's just him who got implanted into a Star Trek universe. I was expecting that he created the entire like how the Star Trek universe would be if he created it. Like it feels like he was the only super crazy one, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone else was super serious.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He actually was lobbying to create a Star Trek show. And I think he wanted to be on the Discovery team, Star Trek Discovery team of creators. And, you know, I guess for obvious reasons, or not so obvious reasons, he was denied because, I mean, obvious in a sense that maybe it wasn't the direction Star Trek wanted to go in. Because he made the show that he wanted to do with the Orville. And like you said, I was expecting it to be a lot crazier, a lot more 21 Jump Street. Because of the trailer. The trailer took all the funniest parts of the pilot and squished them into 2 minutes. And the pacing is a lot different from the trailer. I want to put that out right now for those who haven't seen it yet. But it's not necessarily a bad thing, like Juancho said. It's just that your expectations are set a certain way because of the trailer. But then you watch the actual show, it's great, but it's not what you were expecting. So that might be where some people get conflicted. Instead of it being a satire of Star Trek or, you know, a space traveling TV show or film, it's more of if Star Trek had more comedic elements into it, you know, instead
it's like
of
a regular guy is in the Star Trek universe. That's how it felt like.
Or if they were all regular guys, because you got the helmsman, and you know they all have great humor.
That's true. They're all kind of regular guys. Like you have the. I found it funny that the security chief is actually like a really young girl. It feels like like I don't know how to explain it. Like that one girl from The Office, like the new girl in The Office. That's how she felt like.
And she's a badass.
Yeah. I expected a lot more from the robot. I thought the robot would be more snarky or something like that, but he was just there. He was just a robot, and it felt like I don't know how to explain it now.
for me, it felt like South Park: The Stick of Truth a bit, in a sense that it's a show I didn't know I wanted until I saw the trailer. And then when I got the trailer, I was like, yes, I'm on board. And then when I got the show, I was like, this isn't what I was expecting, but this is still what I needed. You know, like I needed a comedy set in space that wasn't ridiculous like Spaceballs. You know, I needed.
I was going for. It felt like The Office, the actual The Office series, but in space. Yeah. That's how it kind of felt like to me.
Okay, yeah, like slice of life, but in space.
Yeah, and then you have like the leader of the group is just way too funny. Like he thinks he's super funny, but sometimes he isn't. which plays a part into how he interacts with the crew, how he interacts with the people around it. It's pretty good. Like I would recommend the show is what I'm saying. Yeah, I definitely recommend it too. And I think we're gonna start to review this weekly now, right?
Yeah. I hope so, Juancho. I'm glad you liked it.
Well, I'm gonna watch the second episode. I liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those that it doesn't give you laugh out loud moments. It's more of those like, yes, it's a consistent level of humor that I enjoy. I can sit back and relax and and watch the show. It's not like, all right, I need
Not
to
like
laugh.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
It's just crazy
Rick
over
and Morty's
the top.
a thinker.
Ridiculous.
Rick and Morty is a thinker, man. Like, oh my gosh. Adrian, speaking of Rick and Morty, Adrian in the chat says he's talking about the 1997 movie Contact, because in the zoo part of the last episode of this episode, when Rick sent a message to the scientists and the scientists deciphered it to make a transportation.
I think I've heard about
thing,
this movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that was apparently in Contact. I actually had a bit of a what's that movie with Matthew McConaughey? Interstellar? Was it Interstellar?
Matthew McConaughey. Yeah, Interstellar.
It was Interstellar, right? Like I got those vibes, but I guess they got the same feeling from Contact. So that's awesome, dude. Like, thank you, Adrian. That's something I'm gonna watch now. That's super interesting. I might want to check out Contact now because I got the feels, man. I got the feels, and you can't have too much sci-fi in your life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm looking at Contact now, and the Jodie Foster's in it.
Oh, really?
So the one girl actually really felt like Jodie Foster too.
You're right.
So
You're right.
So it's more Contact. Yeah, she's right. It is Contact.
Dude. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the images right now. I'm gonna bring it up for the people watching the YouTube feed. Yeah, dude. I definitely on board with this. And yeah, Adrian says it's a classic and it's awesome. I'm sure. I'm 100% sure. I'm gonna watch this now. All right. I don't want to. I'm not even gonna look at Rotten Tomato reviews. I'm just gonna go straight to watching.
He's gonna comment and he's just gonna spoil us. I feel it. Turn off comments now.
Turning off the chat. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. Real quick, sorry. I meant to talk about this earlier, but Francis said he had to go. Francis, hope you have a safe trip home.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. All right, so Contact. You guys at home, check it out. All right. I think that's it, man. Do you want to talk about anything else? I think we're good.
No, I think we're good. I think we have to push the Defenders to next week.
I think we just have to have like a separate show about the Defenders, like a quick 15-minute show, because we keep skipping it and it's gotten to the point where it's kind of far now.
I know. Unless you want to talk about it now, I don't mind.
No, I think we'll do
it's like
the
an
thing.
entire season we have to go through.
Exactly. I think we'll do the
Let's
thing
just
where
have the next show. It's gonna be the Defenders show. It's gonna be the superhero show.
or we could do like a pre-recorded thing with Jay in person.
All right. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, we can make that work. All right. So guys, wait. Let me lower the volume real quick, because it's that time, Juancho. Where's my outro music? There we go. Here we go. All right, Juancho, when the folks at home want to find out more about you, well, this is real quick before we do that. This is the part of the show where we end the show. Me and Juancho, me and Juancho are not just people on the internet that talk. You could find us outside in the real world. Actually, some people, Juancho, some people would call us the Phil Lord and Chris Miller of podcasting. I've heard that bantered around in
Really now?
Yeah, definitely.
Who has your mom?
My mom doesn't even know Chris Miller and Phil Lord. All right, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling podcast, Juancho?
You can find my Twitter, which is @SaldanaWancho. Yeah, I forgot to send you my Facebook link so that you could add it in too. Because I really do want to share my Facebook now, so you can see pictures of my kid.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, dude.
I want to make him child famous.
We could have a whole show just about him. We'll do that. All right. And if you want to find out more about me, head on over to @HeraldPlays on Twitter, on Instagram. I have a Twitch and I have a YouTube. It's also @HeraldPlays. If you want to go to my YouTube, it's bit.ly/HeraldPlays. Herald is my real name with an E and an A. When I introduce myself to people, they're like, "Oh no, yeah, I heard it, but I thought I heard wrong." So yeah, it's @HeraldPlays, HERALD plays. I'm also on GameBite Wednesday nights, 9:30 p.m. Philippine time, 6:30 a.m. California time. And I'll be on tomorrow, 26 hours from now, with Diego Z, Vince Cabrera, and of course Mick de Guzman. We're gonna talk all about video games. I got a lot to talk about with World of Warcraft and.
Oh hey, Adrian followed me.
Woo, Adrian!
I'll try and not spoil stuff on my Twitter.
He's just gonna start tweeting you. Oh my god, Juancho, what are you watching right now? Juancho, what are you watching right now?
Tweet me. Oh, God.
Adrian, man, thank you so much. Welcome to the Quit Stalling family. All right. Again, if you want to find out more about us, at Herald Plays, at Juancho Saldana. And if you want to find out more about Quit Stalling and check out our other podcasts, head on over to www.quitstalling.us. All the links are there. It's pretty much just a link site right now. I haven't updated it that much. Facebook is where we do a lot of our updates. Facebook.com/quitstallingus. You see it on the lower right now. And of course, we're on Twitter at quitstallingus. We're also on Instagram at quitstalling. SoundCloud is being a real pain right now because it's not accepting my PayPal transactions. There's a little mix up there. But if you want to find our podcasts for streaming only audio, SoundCloud.com/quitstalling. You're probably watching us right now on twitch.tv/quitstalling or on bit.ly/quitstalling live. That's on YouTube, or you can just YouTube Quit Stalling. Get us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Pocket Casts, iHeartRadio. We're on all those services. Check that out. Check them out. Leave us a 5-star review because you know you love us, and every review counts. We love you guys. Thank you so much. 5-star review, 5-star. If there's anything else that I missed, actually there probably isn't. Yeah, just check me out on Herald Plays on Twitch. I'll be streaming tonight. Might play some Overwatch with Juancho. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
Later?
I might. I might.
All right, let's go. Let's do
it. Nick! Let's play some Overwatch. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Let me double check if the intro is playing. It's not. Hold on. Juancho stall. I forgot.
I'm not supposed to stall. It's called Quit Stalling.
That's true. That's true.
So hurry.
All right, intro's playing right now. Oh, outro is playing right now. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, wrong one. I'm just gonna lower it down just a little bit.